Yo, what up, though? Hey, let my theme song rock for a minute, hey. Yeah. What up, though? We back up in this thing. It's your boy, Mexico, coast to coast. Making it happen with not the least but the most. Tell your granny to go make me some jelly and toast. It's Let's Agree to Disagree tonight. We back up in this thing, making it happen again. Happy February to all the viewers. This is the first stream of February. We made it. There was times we wasn't sure that would be the case or not. Yeah. Interesting enough. I was going through my emails and I got my stream report from the last month, and it actually felt good to see in my stream report from January that I managed to stream once every week. And I remember I was telling one of my boys that helped me out with the show about that. Like, I was like, yeah, man, I think I'm going to try to stream at least once a week. And he was like, bro, you need to be going every day, because, you know, the algorithm rewards consistency and stuff like that. And I do eventually want to get to a point where I can do this for more often and for longer durations at a time. But for right now, I like having my, once a week to lock in and really make this happen. And then we can kind of meditate on that for the rest of the week, So it felt good to see that, 1 month down, we officially made it. And here we go in February. 2026 is not slowing down anytime soon. It's actually looking like this thing about to speed up a little bit. A very interesting month, very strange month. And a lot that's been on my mind I want to talk about this week. I think we're going to keep it simple, though. Think about like the main thing, the biggest thing that everybody's talking about and thinking about. Man, I'm going to bring you the question and we're going to see. If you already seen like what the title of this show episode is, we going there. The president? And in light of all that's going on, what's happening, Julie? Appreciate you coming through. In light of all the things that's going on with the president right now, I want to ask the question. Who do you think will run the country better? Trump or an AI? And before you answer that question, we're going to take some time to explore what would that actually mean and what would that actually look like. And, you know, what would a path to a AI future, AI led future look like? Interesting enough, because I remember, I'm old enough to remember now, like there was a time before Trump became president and people used to consider that idea to be crazy. Like, what, man, that dude would never win. Like, that would be a complete joke and that would be so ridiculous and no one would be able to take that seriously. Come on, man, Trump being the president. Well, actually, here we are in 2026 now, and he actually got elected twice. Funny enough. And then just keeping up with the current news, right? We look at all the stuff that's going on. We got to talk about it. I'm trying to not talk about it too much, but we got to talk about it a little bit. What's up with these Epstein files, my boy? What's up with these Epstein files, my boy? Trump tried his best to make it look like he ain't really had nothing to do with that Epstein stuff. But even through all the file redactions that they've been putting out there, you can still see through the redacted files that actually it looked like he had something to do with that. It looks like he had a lot to do with that. And it looks like he's actually guilty of committing some very heinous crimes. Looks like he's actually guilty of participating and enabling further actions to be taken that were completely inappropriate and illegal and not permissible in regular society. He's actually guilty of such things in real life, in real time, actually right now. What do we do with that? And what does that mean for where this country is being actually led right now? I was talking with my mom about this a little bit, and she was like, because it's not that I think that Trump is necessarily stupid or completely incapable, like of being a good president. Like, I think there is some things that he would do if he could do, but he's, his hands is tied right now because he got this whole investigation on his back and stuff like that. And actually, that makes some sense. Like, I do think Trump is enough of a people pleaser and, a guy that loves to be adored and fawned over enough that if he could do more things that were actually more popular in the minds of the American people, I think he'd be down to do it. Like, you see, he tried to do it with that, like, that tariff tax or the tariff checks we were supposed to get from them taxes. And what was supposed to be like $2,000 a piece. Everybody in America gets like this freedom dividend or whatever they want to call it. Like, Trump showed like he would be for, like, if he was just free to do whatever was the will of the people. I think Trump would actually do more good things that was favorable with the people. Problem is, though, he's not free to do such things, and he is compromised. He is a compromised asset. And when you look at what them Epstein files is telling us, it's really telling us that just about everybody in our upper government has been compromised. And that's the world we living in. That's the government we are being governed by. And I don't know, that just made me think about it a little bit. Like, man, could AI do better? Could AI actually run this country better than Trump? Because Trump got a lot of flaws, a lot of shortcomings. A lot of uncontrollable bowel movements. I know y'all heard about that. That boy was in the Oval Office having a meeting and pooed it. I can't believe I'm really talking about this. Like, this don't feel like real life. I feel like I'm like hosting some kind of comedy show talking about this. So I'm like really talking about like what's actually happening. That's kind of crazy right now. Yo, on the TikTok, I see we have 165 followers. That is up from the last time we streamed. I think we was at 161 last time. We're trying to hit that 222, make it do what it do. There's few in there. I see a couple people still flowing through the stream. Go ahead, hit that follow button. If you're on the YouTube or the TikTok, go ahead, hit that like button, man. Like and subscribe. Drop a comment for me. I see a couple people in there. All right. So, as ridiculous as Trump be looking, and it's silly and it's stupid and all that, could we have an autonomous AI system that could do a better job? I mean, if Trump is the bar, if Trump is the level that we're trying to meet and hopefully exceed, I think like that's not a high bar to clear, actually. And the original topic I wanted to go in about tonight, the original question for week 6, episode 6, was actually going to be about AGI. There's been a lot of interesting developments in the field of AI, and we at the point now where there is a more open conversation about is AGI here? There's definitely some people who think it might be. There's definitely some people who still on the other side of the aisle who is like, man, that'll never happen, and it couldn't happen, and it won't happen. And I wanted to get into that conversation a little bit. But then it just kind of hit me like, as far as like, we had got these AGI systems, or what kind of look like, the first forms of autonomous AI that could do what it want to do. What if we had one that was specifically fine-tuned and trained to follow the law and follow the will of the people, and specifically fine-tuned to uphold the Constitution and make decisions that was in the best benefit of the people? Like, what would that look like if we actually made an AI that was built specifically to do that? Like, they've already announced that they're getting ready to put Elon Musk's AI, his Grok AI, in the military weapons, military computer systems. They're about to add Grok to our military weapons. I mean, surely Elon is not just about to plug in AI into them systems that can just like do whatever you want to do willy nilly. Like, I'm sure, like you creating military grade AIs, like they are finely tuned to do highly specific tasks, if extremely efficiently. They got the kind of money, they got the kind of time to build an AI that is those levels of accurate. I wonder what it would look like if we take the same time to build the same kind of AI that was made to serve the people. Haven't they made movies and games about this? Yes, they have, actually. That's funny that you say that, because I think about that like there are a lot of movies. I watched a video like that in the past week or so that was talking about like we are currently living in every dystopian novel. The future that all of the dystopian novels was trying to describe and trying to warn us about, we're actually living in that now. Shouldn't I be practicing my doubles? I actually was just practicing my doubles. I got some more doubles to go for sure, but I make sure, don't play with me. Whatever it is. I got drumsticks right here. I go right now. Don't talk to me about doubles. Where your sticks at? I'm ready. I'm always ready to go. But the next piece of this conversation that makes things really interesting would make me question if AGI is here or not. There was a very interesting development that happened this past week. There was the release of this new agentic AI system initially it was called Claudebot, and then they had to rename it for legal reasons to Moltbot, MOLT, Moltbot. Homework and college essays. Get you some sticks. Life is better that way. Let's bring the internet into this conversation here. So Moltbot was released this past week. What is Moltbot? I watched all kinds of videos talking about it. Let me see if I can. What if we just look it up real quick? What did the internet say about what Mobot is? Mobot recently rebranded as OpenClaw and originally known as Clawbot, is a viral open source personal AI agent designed for autonomous task execution rather than just chatting. So most AI that we know about right now is just like all these chat bots. Like you got ChatGPT, that's the like main one, the most famous one, or like the first one that really broke through and became mainstream. And you could just talk to it, and when you interacted with it, that's when it was awake or making stuff happen. And when you're not talking to it, it's not doing nothing. It's just sitting there waiting for you to talk to it again. Now we got these what's called AI agents, where they don't need you to talk to them for them to think about stuff and for them to do stuff. They actually are designed for autonomous task execution, and they can do things on their own without you prompting them to. I heard a story about one guy who just set up his Mobot, and he was saying how, he got it going, and then he went to bed that night feeling good about his setup and all this progress he got done. Wake up the next morning to a phone call from an unknown number, and he answers it, and guess who's on the other side of the phone? It's his AI robot that he just set up the night before. While he was asleep, the AI agent had autonomously decided to get a phone number, hook itself into a ChatGPT voice bot, and give itself the ability to call his owner and check in with him and see what's up with him. Like he called and he was like, "Hey, who is this? It's Henry. It's Henry, your AI bot you set up, letting him know what's up." And it's crazy that we living in a world now where that's not just possible. That's what's actually happening now. Like it's been possible for a couple years now, actually, that something like that could happen. Like, like those online platforms where you can get a phone number. That's not new. And ChatGPT having like the voice bot where you can tap into it and give the AI a voice. That's not new. That's been out for a couple years now. And, having like a reminder set up to like reach out in the mornings or whatever. Like, all these things independently aren't new. What was new though was new just to this past month. Here now, we in February 2026. What was new right now though is that the AI could decide to put all those things together for itself on its own. And I talk about like how I built this show. And, not just like the visuals you see on screen, because like, of course, like the studio and the video playing in the background, like all of that stuff is made from my AI. But just like the concept for the show and like how I approach the show and, the specific lights that I use in here, like all of that stuff, like just come out of conversations that I've had with AI. How I should set up the lights and the arrangement of the room. And I'm working together with my AI to do that stuff. The difference being though, those are still based off of like my chatbot. Appreciate you sending the diamond there to resell. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I still got to prompt my AI to do the things I wanted to do. I still got to get in the ChatGPT app and type in there what I'm thinking about and what I'm feeling and what I want to do and trying to figure out how I want to go about it. And then like the AI is taking that stuff and spitting back at me like, oh, you could do it like this, or you can make it happen like that. What's going to happen to let's agree to disagree tonight when I got an AI agent that know what's up and that can make stuff happen without me asking it to? Like, could you imagine? It could generate AI segments for me. It could give me AI news to read in the morning. It could give me a review on last night's episode and everybody that was in the chat room and the conversation points that worked and the conversation points that didn't work and what we're going to talk about next week. All of that could be done without me lifting a finger now. Actually, that's interesting. And what do we do with that going forward? Because like we in some crazy times now. If you again go back to the main question we was asking here, could AI run the country better than Trump? Who would be better for the country? Who would be better for the presidency? Because when we talk about Trump, like I think people, it's people on both sides of the aisle who hate the guy, and some people who still love the guy. You know, for whatever side you on, that's cool. I ain't gonna, you know, we ain't gotta go back and forth about that. We can, ain't no agreement or disagreement necessary. You can feel how you want to feel. But when we talk about like what this Trump presidency has been and kind of legacy that is leaving behind in our country, like, man, it's been crazy to say the least, man. Crazy to say the least. And if you want to say the most about it, like, we all gonna die. Oh man, the roof is burning off this mother. That's hyperbole. That was just hyperbole. Okay.